are going to begin. Dignitas versus Aftermatch. They're already in the server. They're all ready to go. We've just got to go over a few formalities, and we'll jump in once they're ready up because they've yet to do that part of it. First and foremost, the rosters, looking at Dignitas starting things off.
Sorry, I had to move. Yeah, so MSL, Pimp, AZ, Nico, KRB. So, as I was saying before, Nico, the AWP player who has been criticised recently, he's got back into form and he looks like he's ready. And this is a team that needs to bounce back right now. They've had some inconsistency issues. So, Pimp as well. I think he's classes, him and KRB are like the poster boys of this team. They're the best fraggers. They're the ones that would say.
The weird thing is, like, you say that, but I think AZ's really good.
Yeah,
I think AZ is actually super solid for them. More recently, in fact, when they had that bit of a run of success, sort of late April, May, and then when it started to trail off again in June, I thought AZ was one of the better players. It's weird, though, that Nico's getting criticism lately, because if you go back 2 years ago, the guy was nuts.
Yeah.
He was like easily the best opper in the Danish scene at the time.
Well, I think he's really solid. I like him as a guy as well.
Device is like going to kill me for saying that, though.
Why?
Just because of what I just said. But.
Oh, really? Well, okay. Well, let's have a look at the aftermatch guys as well. I don't know a whole lot about these guys. Like I said, it's like a tier 3 team. When I was looking up the rosters, I saw Dolpan there. I was like, Dolpan's. I thought, is it Dolpan? Is he?
Where is Delpan these days? I was wondering that the other day. I haven't seen much at all.
I'm sure
for him.
He always comes back. But just to talk about Quantum, Dolpan, Draken, Martin, Freddie B. We're going with Martin. I think
that's Martin.
Yeah,
Martin the Martian.
And
his name is clearly Martin down below. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So I would say that is Martin.
Quantum.
And you've got him on your team for Vulcan.
Yeah. We're really good friends.
Yeah, we don't have as much to say about these guys. Obviously, not as much information available, but we'll definitely find out a little bit more about them as tonight goes on. Predictions, obviously, coming through from all the various websites. We'll take a peek at those in a minute. Oh, I'm being told not yet. I'm being yelled. Apparently, we have to do picks and bans first.
This will be interesting. Like I said, this should be a pretty simple game for Dignitas. Overpass coming in first. That's kind of interesting. Aftermatch getting rid of Mirage, I think that's a very wise choice. That's like home turf for Dignitas. They can mess up anyone on that map. So good decision from them to get rid of that, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that at all. Train going out and then Overpass being the first pick by Aftermatch. Weird that we see sort of a lower tier team being comfortable on one of the unorthodox maps. Usually they're pretty traditional. And yeah, Dignitas favored in all three. Again, statistics you can't really read too much in. I'm sure it's actually more favorable than that for Dignitas. It's just, again, who you've played to accumulate your totals.
I can't imagine there's many results against top teams for Aftermatch. So,
that's right. Yeah. Dust 2 could be weird, though. If Aftermatch show up with some, like, Swedish sensation and then Dignitas aren't ready for it.
Well, the thing is, on Overpass, right, presumably that means Dignitas are going to start CT. And when you're the better team and you have the synergy, it's all about pushing together, shutting down the terrorist tactics. I think that's going to be a major problem. These guys may have some set pieces and has an idea of what they're going to do, but I think they're going to get stifled by the CTs quite a lot. Dignitas are going to be so strong at pushing them out, and it's out-aiming them generally.
Stifled is a great word.
I know.
That's a great word for it. So we're looking at the CSGO Lounge predictions first. Obviously, heavily favored for Dignitas. If this turns out to be an upset, congratulations to the 7%. And obviously on EGB, it's a similar story. 1 to 4, 1 to 5 almost, actually, when you get technical. Esport Gaming as well getting in on this one tonight. They're also very similar to EGB. So everyone's fairly consistent. Now let's see. There it is. There's the one that's always not.
You love this one, don't you?
It's my favorite prediction.
Every single map, this will change wildly. So this will be interesting to see how it goes.
But it never disappoints me from an entertainment perspective.
Well, so far, they are in the right ballpark at least. Maybe not as much.
They're on the right side. They're just not. Yeah, I wouldn't call that a ballpark. I would call that a country mile.
Well, it seems like we will be jumping into the server now. As Matt said, all players are on. It's going to be Dignitas starting on the CT side. Of course, Aftermatch will be on the T side. It's the first map of the first round of the qualifier for Group 2 in the PGL. And like we said, this is obviously very biased towards Dignitas. They should be taking this one. The CT side does favour teams that can push together, have great synergy, and then we'll lock down the Ts. Options for the terrorists here. I think very fast executes onto the B-bomb site will be where they can find some rounds. They have a very good piece like Virtus Pro, for example. They're excellent at doing an execution straight off the bat onto the B site, and it's very difficult to shut down. We saw Navi at Sivo couldn't even find a way to stop the players coming into the bomb site whatsoever. They did about 6 rounds in a row. So perhaps if you have something like that in your arsenal and you can rely on getting the bomb down and making it really difficult for the CTs to retake, they could have a chance there. So they obviously picked Overpass for a reason. So let's see how this one goes down for them.
Yeah, I mean, go down is the thing here, because it could go down quite quickly for aftermatch if they don't get a very solid start. So far going into pistol round as well, as we do see it getting ready to go. We've got armor on all 5 counter-terrorists. That means no kits, excuse me. 1 decoy for AZ, so presumably... Oh, we're getting a stop. Why is everyone killing everyone?
I think when you get 5 sets of armor, that almost suggests they're going to be pushing straight away. I don't want to get
to read that, although obviously we had the stop call, they were pushing bathrooms very aggressively.
Yeah, so they'll be looking to get the early frags, shut down, find the bomb quickly before he even has a chance to get to one of the sites. And that's probably the best way to do it. We know, like I said, Aftermatch's best chance here is having strategies they can bring to the table. We're looking at the buy for Aftermatch. They've got 1 raid boss with the Tech 9, 2 guys with smoke, so that does suggest they've got something up their sleeve as to what they want to do. We can see the CTs, they're getting pretty aggressive in the bathrooms, like you said. So they're gaining information now, and we can see a couple of terrorists walking to over the B bomb site. And there's going to be Martin as well. These are the utility players causing distraction where the bomb goes towards middle.
Martin just checking all angles at the bottom of the stairwell. I like those sunglasses. Those are appropriately used in this case. As Nico now will watch out exactly what's going on at the A site. This is a little bit less aggressive than what we actually saw of that first, what I thought was the live call before the stop came in, because they had already had 3 players pushed up to the connection at that point. This time they play with 3 inside the A site, but aggression comes on to B, and it's MSL who has to wait above the smoke. He's still going to use that to his own advantage, managing to get some damage out, but it's Kirby and AZ who pick up the kills. Meanwhile, though, back to A, they'll head. Nico waits, throws a flash. Nico peeking back out, and with Pimp beside him is able to take down Quantic. Freddy gets 1 kill back, make it 2, so some individual skill now turning for Aftermatch. This suddenly got turned all the way around. We thought this was going to be clean and easy in this start of this pistol round, but Aftermatch making it all to play for. 2 versus 2, bomb getting planted as well. That's on the truck, because obviously Freddy was in a position where he couldn't really get away, so he's got 4 HP, but now they've got post-plant somewhat secure. It's not entirely, though, because they're pushing on, but Freddy closing it out. That's a huge round for him. 3 kills and a bomb plant.
That's crazy. So they faked towards B. They actually committed 2 players going in there with smoke as well. Got completely shut down. No CTs rotated whatsoever. In fact, the CT left that bomb site as soon as they got the kills. Went back to A. They had 4 waiting for them. And Freddy and Draken playing out of their mind. Freddy finding 3 Glock headshots there. Got the bomb down. Put it down to a 2-on-1. And that's a really disappointing round for Dignitas. They're going to be kicking themselves a little bit there. Maybe overfacing before the bomb went down. And maybe thinking they closed it out before they actually had. So good round from Aftermatch. But Dignitas are going to bite back. They have got the scouts. And when you are the stronger team in terms of aiming, this is a very dangerous situation to be in for Aftermatch. You can see Draken does get tagged there to kick things off.
Pimp just predatoring upon the stairs. Look at this push at B. Freddy's read it. Freddy goes down. So the hero of the last round is already dropped. That's with the CZ75 of MSL. So it also picks him up an AK-47, but they've come back over toward that where that was, and in fact, he didn't quite get far enough ahead to grab the weapon before getting into safety. So MSL escapes with 19 HP, and not the AK that I thought he might grab. Pimp, meanwhile, as you can see it in the radar, is actually at the bottom of the ladder in the tunnels. So they've actually gone by him. He'll be able to hear that. They won't push onto him as he was originally hoping, but now they've got the read and they're making the rotation. MSL is going to come back through B all the way to A, and that's where Crazy AZ and Nico will be weighted up, and Crazy AZ's already hit the first shot with the scout. Looking for a little bit more, but no one going to re-peek that just yet. In fact, they're going to come around when he's not looking. That lets them hug the left wall and get a lot closer on top of him, so he's forced back out of another position. Still hitting that second shot. Dignitas, this is what we expected in the first round. It took them maybe a little bit of a wake-up call early enough to allow them to respond.
So the scouts doing the work as they normally do when you have a very strong team and are confident with them, Nico and AZ, utilising the map perfectly. We saw them jumping over that APC, getting tags off, and playing their positions very carefully as well. So Aftermatch will be a little bit disappointed with that. When they found out the scouts were isolating A like that, they probably should have just done what they did in the pistol round, locked a fake out, got the smokes, taken the vision away from the CTs, and then fallen back to steps and ran into B. That would have been the call for me as soon as you worked out what's going on here. But it looks like a full-on B rush for the terrorists. They'll be going straight in with PT-50s. They have actually force-bought this one, and AK is going to be in hand as well.
Nose found the first kill. Does bring Kirby back out. Sliding in from Catwalk, is able to pick up the first, and now not only that, the second with the nade because Martin was taken very low by AZ. Pimp now using his AK-47. Thanks for the weapons, guys. We'll use those against you in the next round. Meet the maker of your demise, as Domplin now will take down Pimp. So he's found 2 in the round, the only kills so far to go for his team. But anything they can get, the better. They've also got Kirby very low, so it's suddenly doable. Nico has to hit that shot on Doppelin, manages to do it. And it's left to Draken. Uzi falls back with the scout inside the window. And again, Kirby with only 1 HP is waiting down below for him to push forward. But Nico, they just need to buy themselves some time. Draken's now picked back up the bomb, so if he gets nearer to the bomb site enough, he'll have a chance to try and place this down. 33 seconds to do it as well. And now with an AK picked up, it's definitely probable. We could see back-to-back situations where rounds get traded, and Draken looking for that shot on the window. It's going to go very low as well now for Nico. So 17 HP between 2 players on Dignitas' side. They try and push out. The 1 HP is not enough. Draken's hit Kirby, and unfortunately with the bomb down, this does mean Nico has to take the fight if he wants any chance at winning this round. An aftermatch showing off some flair early on, or are they? Nico, excellent shot as he switches to the Tech 9. I don't think Draken expected him to go for that peak at all.
It's going to be difficult with this
I don't
bomb.
think he's got it. No, he doesn't. No kit, so he's out, but he's only got 8 HP. Is he going to save that AK or not? I don't think he is. Just into the tunnels, he's gone, so no AK.
Difficult 2-on-1 situation. We saw KRB there. We got naded down. He was lucky to be alive at that stage, to be honest. He got naded down to 1 HP. We had Nico upstairs with the scout play, and he was trying to find anything he could, but he's playing a very dangerous game over-facing. As soon as the bomb went down, that was the problem for them. They didn't isolate the bomber as he was forcing the plant. It allowed him to actually get the advantage at that stage when there's such low HP. So a brilliant answer for aftermatch as well. Back-to-back force buys working in the favor of the team. So Dignitas now, they have got decent pistols, Desert Eagles, 5.7s. Pimp will be taking some armor as well, but this should be a pretty clinical round for aftermatch as they make their way over to B again. They've got players holding the flanks, so just trying to work out where the CTs are and whether they can ascertain a stack or a push is coming in for them.
So AZ's back to pistols, as with the rest of his teammates. No surprise there. It's a deagle out for Nico. She's at 75 for MSL, P250 for AZ. Draken just spotting inside the B site one more time with the AK-47 in hand, and gets counter-fired a little bit, but not going to do much damage because it doesn't connect through the plywood. But now they'll go past the sandbags. Smoke already on top of the site. That allows the bomb plant to come in very quickly for Martin. He's going to plant it by the pillar as well, so a much more open angle to cover it off from sandbags, and much closer as well to the backside of Monster. And that's where the re-aggression will come from Dignitas as they push all the way through, and in fact over top of the bomb site already, but they haven't dealt with Quantum's Galil, neither Freddy. They've got the crossfire established, and it works out perfectly. It's 3-1.
Yeah, full 5-man stack for Dignitas there. They opted to have 4 players there at the start, but when the execution came in, 5 men came to the bomb site, and it was actually very well played by Aftermatch to win that round, and surviving with 2 players as well could have been a lot worse for them. So 3-1 in favor of Aftermatch. After winning the pistol and losing the round after, it's actually a very good position for them, especially when on the T side. Now is where things get interesting, because Dignitas don't have a full buy. They've got a force rifle set up. They don't have the AWP, but you can see this aggression coming in from this. This is what we talked about. A lot of the players pushing up into the stairs area and seeing if they can find that first kill and just lock down the Ts before they have a chance to execute. Could be Pimp as well, waiting. He should have a kill here.
Martin's also lurking though, but Pimp, like you said, was waiting, so he does get the better of it. The M4 able to tear the helmet straight off the shoulders, but AZ's now going to go back down the stairs. They've smoked off just to make sure there's not going to be any terrorists waiting to counter them out, because all they want to do right now is get back to B and make sure they can maintain this map control. But it's an interesting rotation because 4 players go that direction, and they actually don't spot anyone due to their own smoke, which now puts pressure back on the player at A, which is Nico, and he's pushed up into the corner by the bathroom.
I actually like that quite a lot from Dignitas. Get the first pick, then fall back. They don't have to overcommit at that stage. They've already won the round. They've locked it down. The execution can't really come in. They're missing a player, so now they're forcing the T's to do something they don't want to do. They need to work out and get more information. Nico, in quite a cool position here. He should be able to take one down as they walk up to the A side now. There it is.
Nico's going to take Doppelin. Nico spotting back out, and taking Draken now as well. So good play by him. He's done more than his task. Going to leave Pimp to step up to the plate now as they still have problems coming in from long A, and Nico, who spotted it, goes down, so it gives Pimp more of a chance to assess the situation without necessarily having to take the peek himself, but he only needs to pick up 1 because Nico's already slid back over into the site, or rather, AZ. So it'll be 3-2, bit of a response now from Dignitas.
Yeah, there's a round they had to win. They force-sported. They had 5 rifles, no head armor, for example. Not a full set of equipment as well, so they pushed up in that steps area. Pimp opening up the fragging. Like I said, they filled back the bomb sites at that time. That's a good play from them, making sure they guarantee themselves the round. And then Nico picked up 2 important frags and got them back on the board, and this should allow them to build up some momentum now, because we can see aftermatch are going to be forced into a full eco this time. They have one Tech 9 and a P250, but no armor to speak of. So it looks like full mid control from them, maybe just exploring the bathroom, see what they can find, but the CT should be able to lock this down pretty efficiently.
Nico almost caught in no man's land, needs to fall back a little further, and he's in this traditional corner. So it's the only spot you can really stop that default plant from, so they should pre-fire that, but if they even get that far, because Kierby's already picked up a double, similar fashion to the pistol round, where it was one with a gun and one with a nade, Pimp to close it. It's 3-3, good response, Dignitas, but they need to be wary still of the fact that Aftermatch has brought some talent to the game.
Yeah, they've shown some great clutch play, some individual skill as well. That pistol especially, we saw Freddy going absolutely huge. So obviously these guys can play, and they're making sure the exchanges are equal as well. So they've got a questionable by now. Draken's going to be picking up the scout on T side. Be interesting to see what his plan is with this. Maybe this will work out for them, because obviously we haven't got an AWP on Dignitas. He could go towards long, for example, and try and work a pick. If the CT's there, maybe pushed up, he could find them and lock them down. But it seems like a pretty standard round. Dignitas aren't being so aggressive this time. They have got a player in bathrooms, but they're not going into that stairs area.
Martin again just putting some bullets through the plywood into the B site. If he had a nail gun, he could probably finish the construction and they could get rid of the boards, but that's not what he's equipped with. That'd be a great gun to have in this game.
The nail gun.
The nail gun.
It's coming next update, just before the major.
And a chainsaw.
Yeah.
As they look to get more presence inside this construction point, and they're going to flash in, so this might be the right call to get one kill, but MSL needs to get out of there quickly, because he's going to realize very fast, in fact, unfortunately, as he loses his life, that there's 3 players waiting for him. But the trades will continue, so it goes back to 3 versus 3.
That was actually a really cool play from Dignitas. They knew what was going on. They could feel a set piece being set up, so they pushed the areas, pushed them short, and there was a wall bang from AZ as well from the upper area. Took down, I think it was Quantum there, but that was a big pick. 3-on-3. You normally say it favors the T's, but the current buy they've got, I'd say the CTs have the advantage in this situation. And there it is. Pimp taking down the 4th player.
Yeah, Doppling getting erased makes things a little bit better now as well. So Freddy also with 6 HP. They're going to try and go. They've got to smoke out that if they could get through far enough, there's a potential for the bomb plant to happen. And AZ's been caught in the middle. Good response, using just the slightest gap in the smoke to find the bomb carrier, because he's now down to 12 HP himself, but he'll be able to hold on to win the round.
So now it's an interesting position for Aftermatch. They did essentially force out the scout last round, and you can see the money's not great for them right now. Overpass is one of the maps. If you are going to force buy, you want to do something very quick. If you get Tech 9s and armor, you probably just want to rush B with some set flashbangs and see what you can do with it. But it seems like they won't be doing anything like that. They've got the P250s, Desert Eagles. It's essentially a full save here, really. And you can see they have got a smoke grenade. That's going to be on Freddy. So I'll jump over to him and see what he's going to do with that. Maybe those will be working picks, but it looks like the T's will actually be opting to go for a B split here, very fast as well. MSL taking on the first frag, and there should be another simple cleanup for Dignitas, and there we go. AZ picking up 2 of his own.
So many nade kills being used so far from Dignitas, because everyone's getting damaged. Doesn't matter how they close them, they just want the rounds, and they've got 5 of them now.
Yeah, that's 4 in a row for Dignitas now. So the momentum is building, the money's getting strong. We see AZ with 11k, but for the first time now, Aftermatch bring an AWP to the table. They brought a scout last time, really didn't work out for them, but this could be a nice surprise stat if they slow things down a little bit, try and work the pick somewhere. That's the thing, we can see some aggression being shown from Dignitas again. They're actually playing 2 players down the long area this time, so they're mixing their setups almost every time. They're trying to surprise the T's quite a lot, and this is good. It's keeping it dynamic, and it will keep the T's, every time they react, they won't be able to guess what's going on. Pimp here could go absolutely huge.
Oh, but he gets caught out for it. So Quantum punishing Pimp for the early aggression. There is still 2 more players here from Dignitas out toward long in that first flash. Although AZ got caught by it, he was able to take down Doppler beforehand, and now he's got to turn back because Freddy's coming in the rear entrance to the bathrooms. The main entrance, rather. It's going to be an easy shot, though, in the end. It looks so calm and so collected for AZ, but Martin's now going to change his plans. They look back toward the B site. Bomb's gone around the long way from the playground back through the stairwell and is rejoining Martin inside the water. Quantum's going to be the carrier. Draken's already actually made it through Monster rather safely as well before a flash comes over to deter his movement. He's got an op, and he was already staring at the window. This could have been poor for the rotations of Dignitas, but they managed to get there just in time. And MSL using the slightest gap in the wood to make sure he punishes everyone from Aftermatch, who both actually paused up in the exact spot he needed them to.
Yeah, very nice timing from Dignitas there. Maybe a little bit lucky not to get caught by the AWP play, but great use of that little gap we saw there. Got 2 big frags. We see this is the frags made. They were obviously losing the first man, Pimp. He needed to react and get a couple of his own, and that's exactly what he did. And lock down that long push, and then force the players to go towards B at that point. Now Dignitas really have got into 5th gear. We can see them 5 rounds in a row, and they're changing their setups almost every single time. This time they'll have more aggressive bathroom play. It's going to be another eco from Aftermatch here, and they are struggling a little bit now. They're getting shut down. The early players getting lost before they have a chance to get to the bomb sites.
Nico just missing out on that shot. In fact, Freddy took damage from it as it went through the edge of the wall, but it gives Pimp a chance to know they're coming forward. But he can't stop the wave of momentum that is Aftermatch right now, and they want this A site. With the pistols only, they can just push on so aggressively. It is Draken now to take down AZ, so the kills don't stop anytime soon. The HP, though, it is slowly bleeding away from the terrorist team. And they eventually get there. Kirby stayed alive rather efficiently as he got damage onto almost four players there before going down.
A pretty decent eco from the terrorist side that is full forcing him to the A bomb site. Getting some decent headshots on their way. Look at that deagle, that one dig as well. It's pretty impressive stuff, but they didn't get the bomb down. So it does. The money loss bonus for them is working pretty well since they have got a fall by this time. AWP out once again. Hasn't really had that much impact so far. He's just been holding Monster Tunnel and not really had a whole lot of confrontation with it. But this time we'll be changing his position and going towards the long area perhaps. This could actually work out pretty well for him. Pre-flash coming in. He will have an AWP player waiting for him in the center of Nico.
Nice shot though by Disco Dolphin. Disco Dolphin. Flash gonna go back out. They'll turtle up after this loss of the first man, so Aftermatch with the opening pick have a chance here. MSL still playing so forward over at B, but AZ's also got a very tight angle in the smoke at bathrooms. Although it is MSL to find the kill, and now Nico doing the same. So they've answered back, not only to bring it even, but unanswered to make it 4-3. Quantum was taking a lot of damage. He manages to locate it perfectly, and MSL pays the heavy price for it as he goes down. The smoke, though, will hold off Freddy a little bit longer. That bomb, as we see, is inside the water at B as well. They'll have time to pick it up. 45 seconds. It is a long rotation between the two sites, terrorist side, so you have to commit within the next 10. And that commitment now, after losing Freddy trying to work through Monster, is going to be back over toward A. Quantum's going to work over with Draken right now. That's a good call as well because Kirby and Nico are both in B.
Yeah, and he's got the AWP as well. He just needs to find that pick, and he needs to find it right now. AZ is going to be there waiting for him. He's got that area that they've been pushing up so much, and he might actually slow him down. Naturally takes down the AWP player. And 2 more frags for AZ. The good thing about Dignitas is they're waiting for the first 30 seconds to see if a rush is coming in, and MSL is just applying so much pressure on that short area and taking down a man with him every single time, and it just locks down the T's, and he's forcing them to go to the other bomb sites. That's what's being a massive issue for them so far. Aftermatch tried to pick long at the start there, managed to pick up the first frag as well, but then Nico got a couple of his own, and it's just coming down to the fragging game. They haven't had a chance really to execute on the bomb site with these actual gun rounds. So again, the CTs playing a little bit more. Actually, we do have a Pimp going straight up to the stairs over. This time by himself. We saw 2 players go here last time. So they have got a lot of different setups here. You can see the T's being a lot more tentative, approaching that long area, dropping the bomb as well. This time they'll be sending 3 AKs down there. It's going to be Martin scouting the area out, seeing what he can find.
And nearly getting taken down by Nico, who just missed the initial shot. So they know there's an op on A. They know it's forward as well. They haven't exactly figured out where because Nico's gone running. That means Disco Dolphin will now push up a little bit further. Freddy's got Kirby, though, so an opening kill no less. Pimp again, though. Not only did we see him go down into those tunnels, he's all the way up by the ladder, so he gets so much information from this play. In fact, he's going to take down Freddy on the rotation, also indicating that they've gone over toward A, and he's on the flank very quickly. And he may actually read this perfectly, because on the flank, he could go back down the ladder. No, he doesn't. He's going to go to B. He could have got in behind Draken again. Meanwhile, though, Quantum wanted in on the A side, and AZ says no, but now the smokes are out, perfectly placed so that they can get this bomb plant in without even getting many entry kills, but the bomb's not yet there. Disco is just bringing it up now as Doplin. And MSL might cause problems. Low HP for both of the players right now from Dignitas, but MSL doesn't care what his HP is. He cares only what his teammates have left, but Martin coming back with 2 means that this round may have just slipped away from Dignitas. It's left the Pimp rotating over the man who got the information early, but then called it to go back to B and rotate the long way.
not much he can do here. Good information, as you said, gathered at the start of the round. But the thing about aftermatch is they're actually finding very consistent picks at the start of the rounds. It's up to Dignitas to answer back, and this time they just didn't. They made their way onto the A bomb site, and Martin with 2 huge frags that open up the round really for them. And the bomb goes down. Pimp's going to be left. He will be going for this. He may be just trying to get a couple of kills before he dies. No real chance.
They've got 14k on Kirby and 13.8 on AZ, so they're going to be able to buy. In fact, he's the only one without money is Pimp. But he knew if he could knock another gun down, it would force the issue so much more.
It would have been difficult for them to even buy up into this round. You can see some of them struggling still, only for 3k on the board for them. So 4th round on the board for aftermatch, and that's going to be, how many was that in a row? I think it was like 7 in a row for Dignitas. So they need to get back into this one now and try and stabilize everything. If they lose this, could be dangerous for them. So let's see how they approach around this time. They've been just working the picks very, very successfully this time. And it's going to be Pimp changing his position once again. He's a slippery serpent in the toilet area.
Slippery serpent in the toilet. That is the last thing I needed to visualize for this evening's matchup. But Nico getting Draken. He's missed a few times on the op. You talked about it. He's come under criticism lately, but hits that shot that time.
He's been hitting a lot more shots recently. Take TV was his comeback event, I think.
Nico of old. Quantum's got inside water unsighted. AZ didn't even consider that position after he initially thought he cleared it.
They're pushing so much in this short area. Like, they don't really need to, especially when they had the advantage there. They're just trying to get too much information. They think they can take down the T's, but aftermatch are capitalizing on that, and they're getting the picks back, and now it's another 3-on-3 situation, and they have full control.
Doplin's going to move forward at the wrong time, and not only that, that gives up the bomb, and Pimp turns around. He spots the others behind him. Keep that Pimp hand strong. Quantum getting him back, though. Not much left. He's at 11 HP. MSL's already spotted. 31 seconds if he does want to make a desperate play to go for that bomb, and I love how MSL just checks to see that he doesn't go to the doorway. Knowing he hasn't, it should indicate he's still on the sandbag, and that's where he finds them.
Yep, so that's a great, obviously another great push from Pimp. Great positional advantage, working with the T-Zar, takes down 2 players. I think he headshots the final one as well, but here we go. This is that big play. Gets the bomb down, takes down that guy with him. Actually, he does headshot this last player as well, so that's an amazing push from him. And now we can see this is where it gets very difficult for aftermatch. It's 2 rounds remaining. They have forced ball this one. The money was absolutely horrible going to this round. So if they lose this one, they're in a lot of trouble. So they need to make sure maybe they do something much faster and try and lock down the CT pushes. They can see that's happening again. CT's getting to the stairs. Nico opening up the round. And they actually gets down 2. So that's going to be the push completely dealt with straight away. And they're going to be looking for any frags they can get. But Pimp answers back with a kill onto Quantum. 5-on-2 now. Doppler actually does take down 1 player, but it's going to be trivial at this stage. But as we say that, he gets 1 more. So he's going to be the last player remaining. Deagle in hand, 3-on-1, but there we go. Finally, locked down by KRB. 10 rounds on the board for Dignitas now. This is what we expected, really. Like, the pushes, very aggressive style from Dignitas. We wouldn't necessarily see them pushing short as much as they have been against a higher tier team, but aftermatch, to be fair to them, have been answering back with decent frags and some good opportunities to get to the site as well. So the final round, like I said, horrible money situation for them. Tech-9's armor again. 1 scout on Doppland, but this should be another simple round, really, for Dignitas.
Doplin's going to shuffle all the way over toward the long, but they've already got problems because Pimp's pushed forward. Nice shot, though, with the scout. Bye-bye, Pimp. You're not getting your money from me. As the scout, the efficient scout, gets a kill out. And beautiful because it wasn't just jumping either. Refreshing to see. Draken now coming in is going to take down MSL. That's from Monster, so that punishes both sites. A man down either side for Dignitas. We'll see how they react with their defense. They're going to leave AZ over to Warby. He's low on HP as well, so aftermatch could pick up a 5th round, which isn't actually all that bad for a T-side on Overpass. Again, it's their map choice, but showing off that they want to take the fight to Dignitas. In fact, more so, as Martin now will catch Nico getting over-aggressive, trying to stop that bomb plant before it can happen. And it's Kirby and AZ. It's round 15, so they've got to go for it. Quantum's already checking the flank to make sure that they can't push up the stairway. And Kirby's realizing now that he's got 1 in front. Doesn't account for the one that's slightly closer in the corner. And that does allow the trade to eventually happen despite getting that kill. AZ's making it interesting by getting Freddy, but it's Martin and Doplin.
Not much he can do now.
Yeah, I mean, this post plant's so strong. They just have to get out toward bathrooms. Even if he tries to go for it, they're going to be able to pick him off, and that's what happens. Round given, 10-5. Not too bad at all from aftermatch.
Yeah, that last round, I almost took them out of it completely. I didn't think they'd be able to get it, but again, the short aggression coming in, they managed to pick up 2 big frags there, and that scout headshot on the Pimp as well, very important. But here we go. That's 10-5, like you said. Not a bad half from the T's whatsoever. It's actually pretty successful from them. If they can get a pistol here, obviously going to the CT side, this is their map. They may have a very strong setup. I'd imagine Dignitas will just shut them down strategically, though. They should have some nice ways and team play, strategic set pieces to go into the bomb sites. I think they'll be fine. Pistol round, if Dignitas can get this, it closes it out very quickly. If Aftermatch take this one, could be interesting. Could have a game on our hands. So 5 sets of armor for Dignitas as well. No utility whatsoever. That does suggest it's going to be a full-on B rush.
And so far, your guess is correct. All 5 players are out of that spawn and going very quickly. They're actually going to turn and take 3 to the short pipe, 1 to the monster tunnel. That's MSL, and he had bomb. But it won't matter, because even if they had a drop, they had so many more players coming into the site, they surely would be able to recover it. And Nico now going to take Freddy. Remember, they started off well in the first pistol, and it turned against them. It was Freddy that did it. So with him down, perhaps a sigh of relief, but not necessarily, because Doppelin is going to come back out with yet another. So everyone has some skillful moments right now from Aftermatch. In fact, Draken now is going to try and come back forward toward the site, working from Catwalk, but Nico is going to get that kill against Doppelin. This will slow things down massively. Kirby's going to go hunting. Draken's on it, so Kirby needs to be careful he doesn't go too far away. In fact, he'll get back to the window, but it doesn't matter. Kirby gets the shot in the end.
Yeah, it was a nice retake potential from Aftermatch there, picking up 3 frags. They won the first pistol very convincingly. It was a big comeback as well, so the fact they actually made that down to a 2-on-1 was pretty impressive from them, but a simple rush, B-split from Dignitas, get onto the site, swarm it, get the bomb down quickly. The retake's very difficult for the CTs at that stage, but they are not done at this point. We saw Dignitas answer back with a scout buy and be very successful with it. That's exactly what Aftermatch have done. 2 scouts of their own, Freddy and Dopplan, but it seems like all 5 players going towards B again. They're going to go for a very similar tactic here. Walking in, going man for man, working the frags with the AKs. You can see they've got a Mac 10 player as well. He can scout out the lower areas, but the frags open up. Nico takes down Martin, and this should be a very simple day at the office with Dignitas now. Taking down those first 2 kills makes it very simple for them.
Oh, nice shot, Quantum. It's not quite the headshot. There was already damage done on MSL, but was still quick and efficient, getting the job done. Bomb is planted again, though, for Dignitas, as we can see. They're finding kills. I mean, they won the first, or rather, they lost the first eco round. They won the second, their first eco round, round 3. Wasn't actually as confusing as I made that out to be, but the point is they're able to get guns down when they need to. And with the 2 scouts, they've definitely done a lot of damage. Dopplin's going to get away with 1 HP.
Yeah, they can save those scouts. Obviously, that's the main goal now. The round's too far gone. T's will be able to buy next round regardless. So if they can save those 2 weapons, they may have a potential chance to get back into this. I wouldn't be surprised if Dignitas did another B push here. They know the scouts have been saved. B's not the best area to use them. If you just smoke off the upper area effectively, you can just get into that site quite comfortably without the scouts doing too much damage. It's when you start going towards A slowly, and they can jump up above that APC and that long area, that's when it comes to trouble. So that's what I'd be saying to Dignitas. Let's just keep with what we're doing. We've got 2 Mac 10s. Those going short, clear out the side for us. The AKs come out monster, and let's see what we can do with this. And it looks like they will indeed be doing that. So that's why I'm here. I know what's going on.
You're all over it. Freddy, though, is all over the shot onto Pimp. And the scout again getting a headshot. Freddy with 2 of them. Finally, he's taken down. Nico just kills the menace. The man is dead, and now they can try and take the site, as MSL wants to do exactly that with 2 kills, both going to the Glock. As Doppelin the live again, but he also has a scout, and he also has just headshots protruding through in the vision, showing themselves at the front of his scope, but the nades coming in and all the damage down to 16 HP. Unfortunately, that means he's going to have to just essentially call this one what it is, over and done with. He gets a little more forward to see if he can at least drop an AK down, but not going to happen.
Freddy getting 2 amazing headshots. I was just saying the scout's not that effective on B if you approach the site properly, but he answers back and says, yes, it is, and gets 2 big kills. It's not enough, unfortunately. Nothing happened after that, but this is with the first round that counts. Are we going to Draken or Draken?
You can pick.
I prefer Draken. I think it sounded nicer.
I think it sounds Draken.
Okay, so he's got the AWP now. It's all going to come down to him. He's getting the boost up onto the flower pots, onto the long site, and this Nico actually answers back straight away. He's going to get the first shot in, and now the 5-on-4 comes in, and this is where Dignitas can really pull apart the CT. It's going to be spread very thinly here, and it looks like they're actually going to be exploiting that mid area. Maybe just a simple A execute and get the bomb down, and it should be job done.
Nice shot by Draken as well to come back out for Flower Pot. The second one even more pretty, and now he has bomb control. He can't necessarily stay forward on top of it, though, because with the op in that position, he does get forced back just a little bit further toward the site. He goes for the repeat, third time not a charm, or rather it is, I suppose, if you're Dignitas perspective, it is Pimp to get the kill. So bomb back up and back in play. 51 seconds to work with it. Nico still trying to open up something on this A site. But no one really showing themselves. They have committed to this as well. They've already gone forward into the bathroom, so forget the turnaround back to B play. Martin will be ruled redundant until such time as a rotation is required. Quantum's got the cross set, but he won't be able to spot up exactly where the bomb is. The good news is there's only one smoke, and it's Nico who has it. Now he's going to throw the nade in. Flashbang over top. When does that smoke get deployed? Because it could make the plant so much more likely. But Nico, what a reaction as he takes down Freddy at the top of the bank stairs. His teammate, though, has dropped, and it is Martin who's not gone from redundancy to relevance because that's completely on the rotation. And did that bomb get planted fast enough? If it did, it's just on the edge of it because he jumped around the corner on that box at 5 seconds. Nico very forward, now going passive. In fact, he's on the back stairs as that bomb is planted. We're seeing a replay, essentially, of his plant in that case, but it is going to be Martin who's going to get flashed out, and Nico has the op. He needs to play this so carefully. Martin's got 12 HP. If he knows this, he could go toward the pistol, and Martin's just baiting that first one because he's got a bit of time, and Nico doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit about time.
That was a crazy round. When Nico missed that opening shot on the retake to the site, I'm not really sure what that happened. It was a pretty simple shot for him, but he gets 3 that round and really does secure them that victory because Draken picked up those 2 crazy kills towards long. Here we go. That's the replay right now. The first kill, you think, okay, it's probably time to fall back, but he doesn't care. Comes back in, headshot onto AZ, and that should be a round in their favor, to be honest. But unfortunately for them, they now go onto the force buy. Looks like the B push coming in once again. Nico this time waiting for the scout face at Monster Tunnel, and there it is. He doesn't actually take down the shot, but the team can come in and shut him down.
Pip's going to work through now, doubling with an assist on the second for MSL's kill. He's gone low on HP, though, 15, but that doesn't matter. His job's done. He just has to get a post plant established that the flank is coming, and Kierby will already take down Quantum. So it's left to Doplin and Drake, and it's going to be match point. Dignitas have looked solid on this T side. A bit wavery, perhaps even lackluster at moments on their CT, but they've compensated.
Yeah, that's 5 in a row for them now. Just big individual clutch play as well. They have been on point on those rounds. And yeah, like you said, match point now, 15-5. 10 to go for aftermatch, and the force by the scouts coming out yet again. You have to think they're going to have to do something a little bit more aggressive this time. Push up, get the first frag, and then fall back to a passive lineup then, because so far they're just waiting on the bomb sites getting locked down. So let's see what they bring to it. We can see it's going to be Draken pushing up into playground and actually getting actually did get a tag onto Pimp there. So that's exactly what he needed to do, get some information and maybe some damage.
Very minor tag though, mind you. He still has 76 because it was through the edge of the wall. Pimp's got a great position. Just by pushing into that corner, he spots Draken, who has to rotate through there. So much open space from that find cover. So hitting that shot with the AK, a man advantage now on what is potentially the last round of map 1. Lining up the set smoke. All of them will go in. That'll cover off not only the gap at long, but in between Optimus Prime and on top of Optimus Prime. So all 3 of the gaps covered and allow them going in, but it's a bit mismatched. They leave a gap open, in fact, so it's allowed Doplin to get the shot back into MSL. Meanwhile, AZ lurking over here on the B side is going to win his duel against Freddy. That'll pull a rotation back, and it is correct because the bomb is going down on top of the platform as we speak. The nade will come back into Catwalk, do some damage onto Martin, but Martin's still surviving. Gives them a chance on this, but now he's the last that's left, and it's over. Nico closing out the round and the game, 16-5.
So pretty simple thing, clean up for Dignitas there. The game was pretty convincing, but they actually showed some good signs of fragging potential after match. I think the rounds they brought to the table that they did win were very good. That pistol round does stand out for me quite a lot. It shows they have got some talented players in the lineup. Freddy as well, got some big scout players as well. I just don't think they got the ball rolling. Every round they did win, unfortunately, they'd lose the round after, and the momentum got ruined. So
I'm putting my Twitch chat in. My prediction to go back. I want the percentage to go back to favor of aftermatch.
What, after that?
Yep.
Really?
Going in chat right now. They're going to see it in 2 minutes because there's a delay.
Okay. Well, I think we're going to take a quick break there while we get ready for the next map. So it's going to be a quick break, a couple of minutes or something. So don't go anywhere. We'll still be here. And come back
it's going to be good. One knows found the first kill. Does bring Kierby back out. sliding in from Catwalk is able to pick up the first, and now not only that, the second with the nade because Martin was taken very low. Response now from Dignitas.
Yeah, it was a round they had to win. They forced sported. They had 5 rifles, no head armor, for example.
Wanted to happen, and he's been caught in the middle. Good response, using just the slightest gap in the smoke to find the bomb carrier because he's now down to 12 HP himself, but he'll be able to hold on to win the round.
This could be a nice surprise stat if they slow things down a little bit, try and work the pick somewhere. That's the thing, we can see some aggressive difficult to even buy up into this round. You can see some of them struggling still, only for 3k on the board.
Wrong time, and not only that, that gives up the bomb, and Pimp turns around, he spots the others behind him. Pimp's pushed forward. Nice shot, though.